Hey, YouTubers who are into living the minimalist slash barefoot lifestyle and would like to see that reflected in their footwear. Got a new shoe review after being gone for a few weeks, and by weeks I probably mean months. Um, Again, I don't do this like do shoe reviews as like a profession, so as I get these, I'll like to tell you about them. So the one I got for you today is one that I've been excited about since summer of the last year, and I'd like to talk to you about it now, and that is the Lem Mariner. And as y'all probably know, Lem is now the renamed, rebranded version of the barefoot company Stem Footwear, which released shoes a couple of years ago. I think 2011 is when they debuted, and this is part of their new line of zero drop, big toe box laden casual footwear. And of course other things they have are obviously some boots, pair of work shoes, which I'm waiting to get restocked because I'd love to have a pair, and a pair of Mary Janes, I think, for women, in addition to their already existing minimalist primal line, I should say. So let's just get right to it. It's a fairly straightforward review here. Full leather upper. It's got mesh venting on the side there. Drawstrings, tongue. What I like actually about the insoles that they have on these now is because when I bought my original pair of stems, or my original pair of primals, I guess, when they're still branded as stems, they didn't come with a footbed on the inside. So it has a removable footbed that's actually got like these bumps on the inside, like kind of almost feels like braille for your feet, and really comfortable. And I like that wearing barefoot. Obviously it's winter now, so when I do wear these I have socks because no one likes cold toes. So anyway, getting to it, what I really like about this shoe, it's light. I'm gonna harp on that in a second about weight on these more built-up shoes in a second. But very light. The sole is light. The uppers are light. They're comfortable. They're stylish. These I honestly could pass off as a pair of topsiders. My girlfriend loves topsiders, and she saw these and she was just like in love. She thought they were fantastic. So let's so many things you can say. There's not a lot wrong with this shoe, so it doesn't really make sense to spend so much time on the shoe itself. So as we go along, so let's just initially just point out the initial gripes. Tongue is a little short, but I think that is deliberate because you're supposed to slip these on and off, so you kind of want a short tongue on there. Obviously you can cinch it up tight if you want to, but that I think defeats the purpose. The only other gripe I had when it came in the box is not really, it was one that solved itself. When these pair came in, for some reason my right foot, the back of the shoe dug into my Achilles tendon a bit, and I had just gotten these before I was going to go walking around New York City. I had like a week to go before I was in New York City, and I wanted to walk around in these, and I wore these every day, and eventually they did break in, and so now there's no roughness, there's no hot spots, there's no comfort issues at all. So just to contrast this with the original pair of stems I have, which I still own, same material in the soles. However, the stem is super flexible, and this I couldn't even dream of curling that up with one hand as well. Normally, foot flexibility is an issue, and I would consider this like maybe a sticking point, but I came to realize that these are, while it's the same material sole, and there's only a millimeters difference, I think, in the thickness of the sole, these are built completely differently. While the stems have the very light tread, it's very flexible, especially in this midsole area. You can see all that material that just allows it to flex so very well. It's absent here. You have a built-up midsole right there. It's while you can curl it up, and while it obviously has a lot more flexibility than a topsider or anything like that, it does not flex the same way. Why this isn't a bad thing? While you diminish ground feel by doing this, you maintain structure of the shoe, and let's face it, when you have an unstructured shoe like a pair of stems or the Lem Primals now, it has this moccasin look at the top. It looks very fat. It can look very odd if you view it from a wrong angle. This blends in. And the only way you can really tell that it's a minimalist shoe is when you get up close and realize, look how big the toe box is, and it comes to a point because of the natural last they use to build the platform for their shoes. So I would go into this saying, don't expect as much ground feel, but it's not the point. It's to look stylish, and it's to not have your feet hurting or uncomfortable when you're out in social situations, and to kind of blend in a bit, which there's room in the market for it. I mean, they're already starting to do it with very formal shoes, you know, i.e. Vivo Barefoot's coming up with a full grain leather line, and Primal Professionals, and there's a few other companies trying to jump into the same market of making the shoes blend in a bit, especially in a casual professional environment. Like, you go in with a pair of running shoes that oh, that was the dog. You go in with a pair of running shoes and you look weird, let's face it. So, why this sole doesn't bother me, or why I still really like it. While it may not be as flexible as the original pair of stems I have, or the Primal, it still allows for a lot of flexing this way when you walk. There is a lot of flexing in your midfoot, underneath your arch, and the problem I have with traditional shoes now that have a stiff sole and a midsole in addition to that is my foot can't flex and I get aches in my arches. And so I actually have a pair of the original Ultra Zero Drop, just standard running shoes. I forget what these ones are called, the Instinct. I have an original pair of these, and I'd originally gotten them because I wanted a more standard looking shoe, and specifically I was still skating a lot at the time, and I kind of wanted something more built up. I was wearing this casually for a very, very long time, and when I switched back into my more barefoot shoes, or it was warmed up and I was walking around outside without shoes more, when I slip back into these don't bend so well in that same area, in the midfoot and the arches. I got arch aches in these, and I try not to wear them a lot now because my foot can't flex. It's especially a pain in the neck when you're driving and you're trying to accelerate, or you have your foot on the accelerator a lot, say you're in traffic and you can't like put cruise control on. This starts hurting my feet. I've just been spoiled by flexible shoes that are very, very accommodating to natural walking form. So I honestly think just because of this sole platform they're using on a lot of their shoes and the quality of the upper on this one, I would say, even not having worn the Boulder Boot, not having worn the 9 to 5, I would say go out and buy them if you're looking for something very casual, or you're looking for something very functional, because this sole is dynamite. Like, the tread is very rugged. It's even built up a little bit where your heel strikes, but this tread is very grippy. I've been in slippery situations and have not keeled over or wanted to go ice skating across the floor wearing one of these. Whereas, like, the Ultra, the way its tread pattern works is it's basically a flat shoe. I've almost gone skating in these. And just a lot of good things going on for this. So I'm just going to kind of leave you there. Say the Mariner, can't wait for it to be summer. Wear these without socks. Maybe I'll put like a little annotation in a little bit later saying if they suffer from the 5 fingers, bad foot odor. See if they have that smell problem, considering they're all full grain leather. But maybe I'll put up a video when I get those 9 to 5s eventually. But the Mariner by Lem Footwear, get it if you're into topsiders. If you like the casual look, these look great in jeans, khakis, and pretty much go with anything casual. So, till later, peace.